Good morning, folks. Ari here from Direct Auto Outlet in Fair Oaks, California. I have these two very special cars for you today. One on the left is a 1997 Honda Accord EX four-door sedan, and on the right you have a 2017 Honda Accord Sport Special Edition. What makes both of these very special and very unique are both of these are equipped with a manual transmission. In 1997, Honda was offering this vehicle in a 5-speed manual transmission, and in 2017 it was offered in a 6-speed manual transmission. Both of them very special, 20 years apart, 2017 and 1997. Was this an evolution or a revolution, the differences between these two? We'll go over it and cover several details and give you my take on each. First and foremost, we'll take a quick walk around each one of them. This particular Honda Accord I actually bought brand new back in August of 2016 as a 2017 model. I've had this vehicle for exactly 5 years. Several options were added to this vehicle, several of which you have probably never seen before because it was such a rare option, such as these ground effects on the front bumper, which you've probably never seen before. Rocker panels are a little bit different, and the same ground effects in the rear. This is all a Honda option and was offered through the factory, and I actually took delivery of the vehicle with these items on there. Adds a little bit of flair, goes very nicely with the 19-inch wheels. We won't go too in-depth with this particular for this vehicle in particular, because we will be doing an in-depth review of this vehicle later on this year. This video is mainly intended to show you the differences and the similarities between the two. Obviously, they are both white, and they are both very special in their own ways. The 2017 Honda Accord was in its 9th generation, and back in 1997, this Honda Accord was in its 5th generation. Some of the best Hondas were made during this time. This particular one here is a one-owner example. Clean Carfax vehicle history report, clean California title, lifetime California vehicle. This 1997 Honda Accord has 208,000 miles on it, but you would never know taking a look at it. It is absolutely pristine inside and out. Dual tailpipes, VTEC engine offered on the EX model only with 15 additional horsepower, bringing it to 145 horsepower, as opposed to the 130 horsepower that was offered in the LX and DX models. That offers the vehicle a little bit of additional pep. We'll go ahead and take a look under the hood of both of these vehicles and see what brings them to life. Both vehicles' hoods are held up with conventional hood props, which there's nothing wrong with. I actually like. As you can hear on the right side on the 2017, this engine is a little bit noisier, and I'll explain why. It's actually due to one of the fundamental differences between the two vehicles. This 1997 model is equipped with a 2.2 liter VTEC 4-cylinder engine. Purrs away just like brand new. Over here you have a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder engine, Earth Dreams technology. And this Earth Dreams technology is Honda's version of direct injection. Direct injection will get you a little bit additional horsepower and a little bit additional fuel efficiency, but it also contributes to a little bit more carbon buildup. So it is essential that on the direct injection models you do use higher grade fuel to prevent that from happening. Taking a look on the exterior of both vehicles, you'll see a lot of similarities throughout. Styling cues on both of them. You can see how it evolved into the vehicle you see here. This engine has never been washed, never been cleaned. Gets you about 31, 32 miles to the gallon, and so does this one over here. 189 horsepower on the 2017 model versus 145. Barely noticeable between the two. The 97 does have taller gearing, so you won't be changing gears quite as frequently or as often. With the 6-speed, this is a little bit of a faster revving engine. This engine revs a little bit faster and a little bit quicker, giving you the illusion that maybe it is a little bit faster, but in fact, it is very similar, and driving characteristics between the two are surprisingly similar. The special edition is offered typically throughout the final production year of any given Honda, and they give it a little bit of different styling cues. This particular one had full leather seats with the red stitching, which was an option with the special edition. With the 97 over here, you'll notice that this EX model is fully loaded with every bell and whistle you could possibly get for that model year. It is equipped with the leather interior, power everything, including power moonroof, leather wrapped steering wheel offered on both, and a 5-speed manual transmission, 3 pedals on the floor, an absolute thing of beauty. Go ahead and pop the trunk and also take a look at trunk space on both. Rear space is ample on both. 3 adults can sit back on each vehicle quite comfortably. Trunk space is impressive on both, and you do have a ski pole pass-through in the center of this vehicle. Dual exhaust pipes, all on the right-hand side of the vehicle. Very comfortable vehicle, very luxurious vehicle, and very impressive vehicle for the year, and especially for the era. Beautifully preserved example of this Honda Accord. This is a true survivor and in beautiful condition. 208,000 miles. It is unbelievable. $208,662 miles. These vehicles surprisingly actually perform very similarly. They're very comfortable vehicles, and on the highway they have a very low revving engine at 65 miles per hour. On the 97, 70 miles per hour, you're just around 3,000 RPM, and even lower on this 2017 due to that 6th gear. You also have heated seats in this model, which was not an option back in 1997. Digital climate control, which was not an option. A backup camera, which was not an option. I would hardly consider those items revolutionary because they actually are quite common on most modern vehicles. You also have illuminated door seals here. In the rear seat portion of the vehicle, you'll also find ample space. You also have your all-weather floor mats, and 3 adults can sit quite comfortably. The interior dimensions are not too different. However, the overall dimensions of the 17 are really much larger in every dimension, in every category. You have your LED brake lights and your incandescent blinker lights, a little lip spoiler, and another roof-mounted lip spoiler here as well. We'll go ahead and pop the trunk and see the differences there. The trunk lever in the same exact position as the previous one. Honda likes to do something similarly. Additional set of floor mats, brand new, still sealed in bag. And some additional brand new items, still sealed in their original bag. I like to do that with every vehicle that I preserve and care for. 19-inch wheels on this one. Adds a great touch to it. Hardly revolutionary at all, folks. These vehicles have surprisingly a lot in common, even though they are 20 years apart. 15-inch wheels on this 1997. Both of them are a ton of fun to drive. Both vehicles are very comfortable, and both vehicles are extremely reliable. This 1997 was known for its reliability and its durability. Every one of us have either had one of these or have known someone who has had one of these. My stepmother had one of these. She had a 1995. Funny story, I won't take too much of your time with, but I actually borrowed the vehicle without asking. Many of you wouldn't consider that borrowing, but nonetheless, when I was 15 years old, I borrowed her vehicle without asking, took it up this very long and steep hill in the Bay Area in the city of El Cerrito called Mosier Lane. This street went from about sea level all the way up to what seemed like maybe a couple thousand feet in just a few miles. Very steep street. Used to ride my bike up and down that street when I was a kid. Took me forever to get up, only a few minutes to get down. Nonetheless, got her vehicle all the way to the top of that street and revved it all the way to the full throttle and coming down. This street would go all the way down, then it would flatten out, then it would go down again pretty rapidly. Bottomed out the bottom of the vehicle as it flattened out, and I actually got airborne when it started going downhill again, and felt the vehicle's tires screech as it made contact with the ground again, just like an airplane. How many of you can say you've flown a 5th generation Honda Accord? But I certainly can. And if Grace, you're watching this video, this will be news to you. I'm sorry, but hey, better late than never, you know now. Folks, both of these vehicles are beautiful. We do believe we have found a home for this 1997. It is being shipped out of state. The new owner was generous enough to allow us to do a video of the two. So we are pleased to be able to present you with this video, show you the differences and the similarities. Definitely not a revolution in my opinion. Both vehicles are very special in their own specific way, but they have more in common than you would think. The 9th generation Honda Accord was one of my favorite, which is why I purchased one. Didn't really have a need for it, which is why my 9th generation Accord only has 2,800 miles on it. That's right. These vehicles are only set apart by 206,000 miles, 208 on the left and 2,000 on the right. As far as the feel of the clutch goes, the clutch on the 17 is a little bit softer, a little bit easier to press. Acceleration comes on a little bit more rapidly, but you have all the creature comforts in both vehicles. 2,819 miles. Very comfortable vehicle. And I truly believe that this 17 was one of a kind for its era. The 18 model, which also came in a 4-cylinder, but it was offered in either a 2.5 turbo or a 1.5 turbo or a 2-liter turbo, did have some reliability issues that this 17 did not have. So this 17 was one of the last modern day great Accords, and this 5th generation 97 was the last year of what I would consider the truly amazing, solid, bulletproof Accords out there. Folks, leave us comments in the comment section and let us know what you think. Is it evolutionary or is it revolutionary? The differences between these two. Both very special in their own way. Only about 300 pounds apart, even though given the larger stature and dimensions of the 17, partially due to lighter materials being used and probably some corners being cut. Let us know what you think. Is this a revolutionary change within these 20 years or evolutionary? My personal take is that it is evolutionary. Drop us a note in the comment section. Let us know what you think, and if you've enjoyed this video, please consider giving us a thumbs up. Once you do give us a thumbs up, please also consider subscribing. It definitely helps us out. And if you do subscribe, please make sure you hit the bell notification icon to be notified of all of our future videos. We do plan to do an in-depth video review of the 17, including a test drive video of it later on this year, so please stay tuned to that. And at this point, we would like to thank each and every one of you for taking your time and joining us. We do look forward to seeing all your questions and comments. If there's any specific content you would like to see, also leave that in the comment section. I do want to take this opportunity to thank you for joining us here. And we certainly hope to interact with each and every one of you in the near future. I wish you all a wonderful day. Take care now. Bye-bye.